chrome wheels. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, that bloody hurt my hand. So guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the £600 Chrysler 300C. A terrible purchase that I made very, very stupidly in the last video. If you didn't watch the last video, this was £600 and I found it and bought it for £600. If you haven't, again, go and watch the video. It explains a lot more, but basically I needed a new daily driver, so this popped up, I bought it. It has no MOT on it though. So today we're going to endeavour to find out what's wrong with it. There is a reason why it's got no MOT on it. I can only assume it's something relatively small. Of course it isn't, because it's going to be something absolutely massive or something incredibly expensive. That's what's coming in today's video. I know full well what's going to happen here. It's going to fail. When I did do the short drive across my driveway in it, I did notice a slight knock. I'm going to say it's a slight bit of play in some ball joints, and I can only imagine the whole thing needs replacing or something silly like that. Now, I am no mechanic. I always say that on this channel. I am no MOT tester either, but I can quite clearly tell if something isn't right on a car. This is another indication, because that tyre facing us right now on the front has really bad uneven wear, which could only contribute to, of course, tracking out and maybe some steering play not quite where it should be. So that's going to be another factor. I feel like it's going to need at least 2 tyres, mainly because I found, I think, a nail or something in one of them as well. But that's visually checking the car over. I've checked oil and, you know, various bits and bobs like that. There is, of course, the elephant in the room that I pointed out last time. There is a chip in the windscreen. It's not exactly insanely bad, but it's enough to maybe sway an MOT. To be fair, it's pretty much exactly the one that I have in the Lexus at the moment, and that passed, so I can only assume that that should pass. But again, it's something I do want to assess, because me driving down the road, I'm going to be able to see that at all times, and it's going to do my head in. And we've just dropped a ton of new hats on the FYD Apparel website. Link is in the description. This is including my favourite, the completely blacked out with the black diamond on top. Available in 5 new colours with blacked out diamond crosses on the front. These UK manufactured trucker hats are a must this summer. Available in very limited numbers. Support the channel, FYD Apparel. Link is in the description. So how bad can it be? Buying a Chrysler 300C sight unseen, pretty much off the side of the road for £600. Well, I took it down to the MOT station, and of course, after having a good laugh about all the chrome that was on the car, we came back with a result. Not the one I wanted, but again, how bad can it be? Woo! Aggressive, ready, 3, 2, 1. Why does it need to be that aggressive? I don't understand. Whoa, let's sit on the back of the car. Wow, this is really uncomfortable. Let me. Welcome back to the channel. Ah, right. That's the worst car I've ever sat on the back of. I'll lean on it. How about that? So, the Chrysler 300C, 122,000 miles. Not bad. Diesel variant. Now, the MOT certificate is actually a couple of pages. It's not a couple of pages of problems, but there is a good emissions, which is good. Receipt, that's always nice. But the main thing, so it has, of course, as I've already said, failed. It has failed on a few things. Pretty much things that I did depict after being in this for more than 20 seconds. Anti-lock braking system warning lamps are indicated that there's an ABS fault. I haven't tested the ABS, so I can only imagine that there is actually an ABS fault, but the lights are on. The ESP light is on as well, so that's an issue, and the vehicle stability light is on. I can only assume, and just like the Lexus GS300, they are all in the same sort of realm of the same thing. Car's moving. So yeah, in a Lexus GS300, the ABS and the ESP are all in the same, again, I'm not a mechanic, I say thing, but it's basically all intertwined, so once one goes, they all bloody go. I can only assume that this is very similar. That is 3 faults, so that's 3 faults, immediate repair, major defects. The other major defects, and I did say there was something wrong with this suspension. I could tell from pulling into the driveway there was something wrong with the suspension. Now, suspension arm pin bush, extensively worn near side upper arms. Suspension arm pin both bush, excessively worn off side upper both arms. So that is what I'm feeling when I'm sort sort of moving the car around, I can feel that there's something happening. Those two are quite major though. I'd like to get them done straight away, of course, as well as the ABS, because I would like ABS in this with my kids in it. I want to make sure it actually stops when you put your foot on the brake. That would be quite nice. Now, repair as soon as possible. Minor defect, the windscreen damage. Now, I did say that there was windscreen damage. It's got a chip in it. It's not too aggressively bad, but there is a local guy that will be able to do something with that. I've already got in contact with him, so hopefully we can get that done pretty quickly. And just little things like the tyres are very close to legal limit. The front one, he said literally, that's going to need immediate repair. I already know that, so I'm going to do that tyre, but I'm going to put two on. So yeah, tyre worn close to limit, tyre worn close to limit, but yeah, it's failed. So the car is actually now booked in at the garage, and hopefully the parts aren't too expensive. I remember my Dodge Ram was quite hard to find parts for, but because this is a UK car, it shouldn't be too dissimilar to maybe other brands, or there might be stuff on the shelf. We will see. If you're actually up for getting one of these though, we'll find out if it is hard to get parts for them, and if it is, I'll try and relay as much information as I can on this car to you guys out there that might be after one. Back at the garage, and it's safe to say the guys at the garage weren't too pleased with my new purchase. Why are you making love to my Chrysler straight away?
There's no explaining.
The bold spot says no.
The bold spot says the bold spot says.
The bold's not spoken.
It's George, what do you really think? Now, give me your true feelings towards my £600 Chrysler 300C.
You spent £599 too much.
Be as honest as you like. It's the internet. No one will judge you.
They're shit.
Today we brought it to the garage because they love them so much.
What
and
do you want
George,
us to do with it?
make it MOT de ball.
We could do that.
Make it so it will go down the road properly.
Is it actually yours? You actually spent your own money on
I got money and paid a man by the side of the road for this car. He won't
this? Is it genuinely yours?
Yeah, I've genuinely bought that.
Oh, I can get away with it if it's yours.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I'll give you that. Fixing all of the stuff it needs for its MOT.
Okay.
Just bang them outside.
We're going to have to try and make this a bit cooler than it is.
Oh, 100%. I feel like today's video is definitely about fixing it, and then the other video is about making it cooler.
Yeah. Okay.
The face of disgust you have isn't something I've seen before, and I'm quite impressed. I'm impressed that my stupidity and my quick buying abilities have brought us to this point.
It does have a Mercedes engine.
It does have a Mercedes engine, which we spoke about is very mappable. Mappable.
We could send it.
We could send it. But I also need to daily it with children and stuff. Sorry in advance. Reluctantly, they took on the work, and a few days later, I picked it up. Again, massive thank you to the guys at the garage. Although they give me a hard time for my buying purchases, it was time to get the tyres done. And it was only right to bring the car down to my friend's White Tyres on the Isle of Wight. These guys specialise in pretty much any tyre, even to HGV and slim, silly tyres that I'm putting on this 300C. And as you'll see, they put up a fight. The whole wheel situation put up a massive fight, and they had to literally get, not angle grinders out, but something pretty close to that to get all of the quote-unquote barnacles off the bead of this wheel. As you're seeing here, it just took so much time. Each wheel took around 15 to 20 minutes to actually get a good bead seal on. That's how long this car had either been sat or the tyres have been on there. And as you'll see, the tyres that came off were in bad shape. The inside wall of this one was actually leaking, so the inside had been ran flat and actually was coming through the cords. And someone has, of course, put some sealer in there. They have a fantastic dog down there just chilling next to a fancy smart car as well. Look at that. They actually did that smart car way before my car even got the light of day of being finished. That was on and off. Mine took about an hour and a half. But as you'll see, the huge selection that they have at White Tyres. And this is the second one. The back one wasn't as bad. But as you're about to see, yeah, the weight of these wheels and how many problems and attachments they have over the years, they're not zeroed whatsoever. 85 grams on the right hand side there. So yeah, they really had to weigh these up properly. The back one goes back on there. We only went for some budget tyres because, again, this is a budget build for the car. But as you'll see on the front wheel, this is how out it was. But thank you so much to the guys at White Tyres. They put the extra work in to get this car right, cleaning everything down. If you're on a white base, this is the place to get your tyres. And there we have it. I've changed clothes because it's a glorious day in the UK. But we have new tyres and various other new bits. And it has a full ticket 12 months MOT on this, whatever this is at this point. Budget Luxury Daily. But as ever, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next terrible Budget Luxury Daily video that I'm going to do of this masterpiece of a vehicle.